I don't mean that in a nasty way.
Probably the thing that I really enjoyed was we got to do a bit of fighting in episode 10. We got to, because the girls rarely get given any weapons, you know, that's the boys' domain. And we went on at the producers for ages, and I don't know if it was because we went on at them or just because they had the idea already, but they eventually gave us a sword and we did some fighting with some stuntmen, which was great. Loved it, so much fun. Well, generally you just sort of turn up on set that morning and they teach you the moves, and then you do it, and it's all quite sort of broken down because obviously doing shots from different angles and stuff, so it's not like you have to learn a big long fight. But I mean, I did some training at drama school anyway, so I was sort of prepared.
Behind the camera, an army of costume designers base their creations on the entire Middle Ages, working to create the magical wardrobe of Merlin.
So we've got our core principals, Uther, Merlin, Arthur. And obviously they have their own kind of like capsule wardrobes, if you like. We have visiting guest artists in for each episode, and we've had fairies, we've had phantom knights, and then we have all our background artists. The majority of that happens when we're shooting in France, and they can be anything from, you know, peasants to courtiers, knights, guards. Always have these big swirling red cloaks that they all kind of hate having to deal with. And we had a big jousting tournament recently, so that was quite an operation, organising having all the armour made, and not just made but then fitted on each of our stunt riders.
Given the responsibility of an entire kingdom, Uther Pendragon is a man of great gravitas and foreboding. The actor behind the legend, Anthony Head.
Uther does have a soft side. I mean, ultimately he's, you know, I mean, people have said, well, you're bad. It's like, well, no, I personally don't think he is. And I'm grateful to the writers and the producers for going along with my feeling that basically he has a reason for everything he does. It might not be very popular, but he has a difficult country to run in difficult times. And in his limited experience, basically, you know, magic is just always bad.
You know nothing of what it means to be king. The fate of Camelot rests in my hands.
And the kingdom is doomed.
You speak treason, Morgana.
Only a madman hears the truth as treason.
Take care, child, or I'll have you restrained.
You just try.
What it's like for a young girl to be discovering her own powers can only be imagined. So too for the woman behind Morgana, Katie McGrath.
I can think of worse things to be doing. When I first heard that the BBC were doing it, I remember saying to my mum that I actually wasn't interested in playing Guinevere, because I think Morgana's a much more interesting character. She's got the best story arc, the best places to go, and you know, who doesn't want to be the bad girl at the end of the day, and the princess with the nice dresses, and I get the best of both worlds. I get to be the good girl at the start, and you know, since everybody knows what she's going to end up being, I become this amazingly powerful, badass girl. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
I'm sorry about the mess. Most of us Merlins, if I'd known you were coming, I'd have tied it up in here.
It's not that, it's just your bench is on fire.
My bench is on fire. What, you... My bench is on fire!
Merlin cannot be expected to handle his powers alone.
Here.
His teacher, Gaius, is there to offer a guiding hand.
Yes, I mean, I haven't really done a sort of long drama series before, so it's very exciting. It's very exciting that it's doing so well and selling to places like Australia, of course. I sort of feature early on as Merlin's mentor. I'm looking after him and trying to control, because as you know, magic is banned in the kingdom.
Are you using magic again?
No.
What's all this then?
So I'm trying to keep reins on him.
Richard Wilson has one of his own tricks up his shoe.
I've got a pair of medieval boots, but underneath there's a set of trainers, the latest Nikes, which is very helpful because my feet are not at their best. So, yes, I wear trainers, but no one knows.
Still to come on this journey into the secrets of Merlin. See how the magic of monsters is made and be taken on a personal adventure.
Up next, an exclusive tour of the Merlin set, and we chat with Arthur.
Is it my imagination, Are you beginning to enjoy yourself?
The magic of Merlin takes a castle load of creative people working behind the cameras. One of the creators of Merlin explains where the imaginary world began.
Looking at the legend, it's always been that Merlin is this old man with a pointy hat and a long beard. And we're thinking, well, why don't we start the legend at the beginning? Let's have a young Merlin. So we started playing around with this idea of just Merlin, this young wizard, in this land where magic was banned. And then we thought, well, why don't we have, young Prince Arthur? And then we thought, well, let's bring in Uther Pendragon, let's bring in Morgana, let's bring in Guinevere. So just a magical world where you have fantastical creatures, where you can let your imaginations run wild. As a program maker, it's a great area for you to explore.
The imagination doesn't stop with the special effects. Transforming actors into monsters is the job of Mark Coulier and his team of prosthetic artists. World-class talents in the magic of makeup. They were the first choice for the producers of Merlin.
On the prosthetic side, we use Mark Coulier, who is an absolute genius. Julian and I have always wanted to work with him, but he's always been busy doing the Harry Potter films. And so when Merlin came along, we were like, right, let's call him up and stalk him.
Makeup can work wonders for a fairy, but a giant dragon is another kettle of mythical beast altogether.
The dragon was something that we always talked about being in the script, but it was something that Julian and I were very worried about, and we really wanted him. We were just thinking, how the hell do we achieve this? So we had very early discussions with the Mill. I mean, we've worked with the Mill on other shows, so we've got a very good working relationship with them. And Julian and I were going, how do we make this dragon not look naff?
The Mill is a visual effects house and post-production house.